Welcome to the BMC Quick Course Series. My name is Tom Beck, and I'm a DB2 software consultant at BMC Software. This quick course is the second in a series of 3 brief sessions describing NGT utility output, how you can quickly identify NGT reorg errors, and the restart options available to you after an error occurs. As mentioned in the first quick course of this series, you can use the object report to quickly identify which objects were successful, excluded, or ended in error during utility processing, and you can use the syserror output to quickly identify the cause. In the syserror example seen here, we can see a compression dictionary build failed for one of the partitions being processed by an external server job. Consolidating error messages for the master job and all server jobs submitted by the master job into a single syserror report of the master job is a true convenience of NGT utilities for fast problem determination. Typically, utility errors cause a return code 8 or higher. With NGT, you can use the plus cleanup parameter to perform auto cleanup after a failure and continue processing, or alternatively terminate the utility upon failure if so desired. In the example shown here, we were unsuccessful obtaining a drain for an object in the specified number of attempts, which is normally a failure. However, since we use plus cleanup yes as the parameter value, the utility will perform cleanup processing for the object in error and continue processing the rest of the objects in its queue normally. In the object report for the failed object, the status will display as excluded and the job step will complete with return code 4. It's recommended you review your reorgs ending with the return code 4 to ensure the same object is not being excluded from reorg processing repeatedly or for the same reason. Should you wish to terminate processing upon error, specify plus cleanup no, and the job will complete with a return code 8 or higher depending on the cause of the error. You can then decide either to restart the job or terminate the utility using the quick exit parameter. In the event of a catastrophic failure, automatic cleanup will not occur regardless of the plus cleanup parameter value, and the utility will have to be restarted. Let's have a closer look at one of those errors. Some errors can leave an object unrecoverable or in a must complete state in order to avoid data loss or worse. When this occurs with NGT, the utility job step will end with return code 16 and a restart of the utility is required. Here we have a scenario in which a reorg failed to complete successfully due to an out-of-space condition, writing the image copy. In this case, the object would be unrecoverable because it didn't have a valid image copy after a reorg utility was performed, and the original job ended with a return code 16. Receiving a return code 16 from an NGT utility means your data is at risk and the utility is considered to be in a must-complete state. After correcting the space issue and restarting the job, the utility completed successfully, as you can see in the bottom portion of our screenshot here. If the utility is in a must-complete state, you must rerun the job using the restart or quick exit parameter to complete the utility processing without putting your data at risk. A failure during fast switch would be another cause of a utility being in a must-complete state, in which a restart would be required. 3 different restart parameters as seen here: restart, quick exit, and no restart. Restart's the preferred parameter and works great for both initial runs and reruns from a failed utility. This is the recommended parameter for the production environment. Quick exit can be used to terminate and clean up a utility from a previous run. Specifying quick exit will take the fastest path to ending and cleaning up a utility. In the case of a utility being in a must-complete state, quick exit will function identically as if restart had been specified. No restart is popular with load and unload utilities where restart is usually not desired and sometimes for reorgs in a test environment. No restart is invalid for a utility with objects in a must-complete state. There are safeguards built into NGT restart parameters preventing mistakes that can jeopardize your data. There is a fourth option that should only be used with extreme care or at the direction of BMC support. NGT was designed to be non-destructive, and using the restart, quick exit, and no restart parameters will not cause damage. Force ID can be specified, but can also be destructive. Be very careful when using this option, because if your utility is in a must-complete state and you specify force ID as your restart parameter, one of two things will likely occur. Your object will be unrecoverable because you did not write an image copy, or your object will be in recover pending status because the utility failed in the middle of fast switch processing. Again, the force ID parameter should only be used with extreme caution or at the direction of BMC customer support. Here we have the worst case scenario, but it's also one of the nicer features of the NGT reorg. Should a reorg utility fail as the fast switch is occurring and you're in a must complete state, simply rerun the job using the restart parameter. That's it. NGT will resume where it left off with the fast switch, and you'll be up and running in no time. There's no need to perform a recovery in this situation, even though a display of the object says read, write, recover pending. Simply rerunning the utility with the restart parameter will complete the necessary work very quickly without having to recover. As a general operational rule for NGT reorg utilities, if a job fails for any reason, simply resubmit the same JCL using the restart parameter. If the job fails a second time, a callout should then be placed. Sometimes, usually in non-production environments, utility failures could be ignored or left unresolved for long periods of time. In order to clean up old utilities where the original JCL may not be available, here's a sample job you could use to quick exit out of a utility. Simply change the SSID and the UID to meet your needs and run the job as is. To summarize what we've covered in this session, it is generally recommended to use the restart and plus cleanup yes parameters in production to avoid restarts of non-catastrophic failures, allowing utility processing to continue and cause a return code 4. No restart will start the utility over again at the beginning and is appropriate for utilities in which a restart is not usually desired, like a load or an unload. Force ID is not a solution and should only be used as a last resort if recoverability or data integrity is not essential. Force ID should never be used in production unless directed to do so by BMC support. Thank you for your time and interest in our NGT Quick Course series today.